Bolton Saints make history by playing in the first domestic rugby union match to be held at Wembley. They face Saracens. We'll have the highlights of that on Monday's Look East, and you can see the goals on Sunday's bulletin at 6 o'clock. And don't forget to tune in to your BBC local radio station for live coverage. There you go.
So much information. Now, can I just say a big thank you? Over the last couple of years, we've raised well over £20,000 for children in need at the annual concert. I do.
Yeah, you've had them in Ipswich and Norwich, and you've got another one coming up, Cambridge this year, is that right?
Cambridge, and it's on October the 25th, still taking shape, but here's Sean Peel with a flavour of who's on the bill.
Once again, it's Sunday night at the Palladium, meets Parkinson, meets Pudsey, meets Top of the Pops, this year at the Cambridge Arts Theatre. It's a night of music, comedy and conversation with stars from the East, including the fabulous Opera Babes. Always a favourite, the Babes are back in beautiful harmony.
Hello, my name is Neil Innes, although some people do call me the seventh Python. But this isn't completely true. I am, in fact, the third Bob Dylan.
Neil Innes, who led the Bonzo Dog Doodah Band and the Ruttles, will be sharing his music and anecdotes. Top tenor Ben Thapper, who rose to fame with the X Factor stars G4, will also be performing, as well as revealing some X Factor gossip. Simon Cowell will be very afraid. 5-time Olympian Mark Foster will take us behind the scenes at the Olympic Games. He'll also have plenty of stories from the green room at Strictly Come Dancing. There's also Cambridge football legend and former Man United star Dion Dublin, as you've never heard him before.
Why do I own all of Hello Hello? Why have I tickets to see Sheryl Crow?
Britain's hottest stand-up poet, fresh from selling out Edinburgh, Luke Wright, will be writing something special for children in need, which will be tricky given that nothing rhymes with Pudsey.
Things I must realise.
And Juliet the Sun will be doing their anthem Time for Heroes, which was the musical inspiration behind England's Ashes win over Australia. Cambridge Arts Theatre is being donated free of charge, and our stars are giving their time and talent for free. We just need you.
And as more names are added, we'll announce them on our website, which is where you can find details of how to book tickets as well. You can go to bbc.co.uk/lookeast, or you can ring the box office direct on 01223 503 333. And I tell you what, there are some really good names to be added as well.
Excellent. Now, this week, some of Look East has been unplanned. Mike Liggins has been out every day, seeing what he could find without any planning or preparation.
And it's been great, hasn't it? Our BBC local radio stations have been involved today. Mike started the day in Ipswich at BBC Radio Suffolk.
Suffolk has got to come up with something really, really good.
Well, I'll tell you what, we have got loads of great suggestions for you. Most of them, I have to say, would like to see you wearing an Ipswich Town shirt.
Mark Murphy and his team at BBC Radio Suffolk are in top form, and so are the listeners, as the calls come flooding in. At Portman Road, the Look East sports team have heard there's a new signing. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Can you do this tastefully, Sean?
No.
Clearly, Roy Keane knows a good thing when he sees one. In the village of Wortham, Fred Neve has been collecting milk bottles for 30 years. A former milkman, Fred now has around 170 bottles. What are they doing in the shed? Don't you think you'd like to have them in the house?
No, I don't.
Well, the missus wouldn't stand for it.
That's quite right, yes.
Up the road at Hepworth, wealthy businessman Bart Keeney has a collection of beautiful cars. He's not about, but Dave Sperling, who does all the restoration, takes me for a spin in a lovely old Volvo. But how about Pat D's collection of darts memorabilia? Pat has 300 darts boards, 500 sets of darts, flights, you name it. It's thought he might be the world's only collector of darts memorabilia.
That's been my passion since I was a boy. You know, I just love the game, and the old stuff fascinate me, the old wooden darts, and where they used to cut the old stem down and stick cardboard floats. And that's good, you know, that's fascinating.
And that, sadly, is the end of Unplanned. Thank you, local radio, thank you, listeners, and thanks to everyone who agreed to be filmed at very short notice. We had a ball. Yay! 180!
It's 100.
Yeah.
And why is he 5.5? 5:30? I must ask him when I go up.
But you can't beat a bit of bully.
No, you can't.
Well, tonight's pictures, they're of the ancient remains of the St Giles Leper Hospital in Maldon in Essex. Now, this is one of hundreds of buildings open this weekend across our region. All the details are on that website, heritageopendays.org.uk. And I have to say, the weather's looking pretty good for the two-day event, and it won't cost you a penny to go to any of them. So let's start with tonight, shall we? A dry night. Yes, we'll have some cloud drifting in from the North Sea, but it'll become more and more confined to the eastern side of the region. We may see a bit of mist and shallow fog in some parts like last night, but nothing too widespread. And temperatures between about 9 and 11 degrees Celsius. The wind settling to a light northerly. So tomorrow, high pressure in charge yet again, which means another dry day. There will be cloud yet again caught up in its circulation, but it now looks like, although we will have that cloud drifting in, it should break to allow most of us to see some decent spells of sunshine, especially in the afternoon. And it's looking pretty good, that means, for the Suffolk Historic Churches bike ride. Good luck to everyone taking part in that. Now, temperatures at best around 20 or 21 Celsius, with the winds a light north to northeasterly, perhaps moderate around the Suffolk coast. Then Sunday and Monday, more cloud expected. A weak front moving through. It could produce a little bit of light drizzle, especially in the east, but for most of us, it will be dry, and that goes for Tuesday as well. And I've put a dry symbol on for Wednesday, but there's a good chance we are likely to see some cloudier skies on Wednesday and possibly some showers. And those are your overnight lows. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much indeed. Have a great weekend. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.